As complexity increases in manufacturing and supply chain driven organizations, integrated business planning, as well as other integration methods, become less effective. And the same is true of the processes and systems that support financial planning and analysis. One reason is that the financial and sales and operations planning software they employ have key capability gaps that prevent them from supporting more mature processes. This is denoted by the X on the page. What's new are technology innovations that support more mature forms of integrated processes, as denoted by the Y on the page. And what's supporting these more mature processes are technologies that integrate sales and operations planning and strategic corporate performance management applications, all in one platform. What results are incremental capabilities that neither sales and operations planning nor strategic corporate performance management applications can support individually or together as part of a process. From a business perspective, these incremental capabilities enable manufacturers to achieve key objectives that aren't supported by legacy financial and operational software tools. Examples of these objectives are shown on the screen. As complexity grows, manufacturers find it increasingly difficult to achieve them. As a result, financial and operational leaders are not always able to make significant improvements to things like forecast accuracy, rolling forecasts, and profit-based sales and operations planning on their own. This is especially true of the ones in red in the middle. The problem is that neither financial nor sales and operations planning tools fully support these objectives. This is because they, along with the others on the screen, become highly interconnected in complex settings. Classic examples of these interconnected objectives lie in treasury and tax, the most common of which is cash flow and foreign currency exposure forecasting. These processes are two of the most complex and least developed in global organizations. This is because there are so many moving and interconnected parts to these processes that can't be captured within basic planning models. In complex settings, making meaningful improvements to these processes requires models that can simulate cash flows as goods and services move across functions and legal entities. These same types of models are also needed to support tax planning. The point here is that the models required to achieve the objectives of both finance and operations become one and the same. To date, manufacturers and software companies have approached strategic, financial, and operational process improvement from functional perspectives, and this siloed approach has left two critical capability gaps in complex manufacturers: resource quantification and profit and strategy alignment. These gaps are shown on the screen, along with a definition of what they mean. As complexity rises, manufacturers aren't able to effectively connect targets to resource requirements in a way that drives strategy and optimizes performance. From a more simplistic perspective, they can't connect inputs and outputs, and maintain this connection as conditions change. In simple terms, complex manufacturers can't achieve these two objectives because the tools they employ have critical flaws, examples of which are inaccurate models and functional silos that undermine strategy. These two capabilities form the basis for the maturity model shown on the right side of the screen. This maturity model is explained in more detail in a separate YouTube video, the title of which is shown on the left side of the screen. The maturity model comprises the processes and applications shown on the left side of the screen. The X on the right side of the screen represents the current state of maturity of processes supported by these standalone tools and manufacturers. The problem with these legacy applications is that they support immature forms of integration because they lack the ability to enable processes that can seamlessly connect strategy, finance, and operations. What this means is that many integration approaches, like those shown on the left side of the screen, are not depicting full integration across complex manufacturers. More often than not, these terms are being used to promote functionally focused software and not meaningful innovations to how manufacturers plan and manage their business. What's missing from legacy applications are four critical capabilities that are required for fully integrated processes: integrated models, measures, processes, and collaboration. Now, software vendors may say that they have these capabilities, but they are not the same as the capabilities provided by newer and more forward-thinking ones. These technology innovations are described in more detail in the article shown on the screen. What complicates the ability to describe these innovative technologies is that there's no universally accepted term to describe them. One is analytics platform, as shown on the right side of the screen. Another is enterprise planning and performance management, a term that's also used in the article. This maturity framework provides a different view of the technology landscape than do those provided by technology analysts. What's unique about this one is that it's based on the ability of applications to create business value in complex manufacturing settings. What's more, it focuses on what's technically possible, irrespective of the size and age of software companies. As a result, it provides a more up-to-date view of process maturity for global manufacturers. From a business perspective, these technology innovations enable 4 critical process improvements that are described in more detail in a separate YouTube video, the title of which is provided on the bottom of the screen. In turn, these 4 process improvements are central to supporting more effective complexity management, a capability that can improve the profitability of manufacturers by up to 5% of sales. Evidence of this value can be found in the results of many research studies, examples of which are shown on the screen. The capability gaps that are common to the results of each of them are the 2 addressed earlier, which are shown in the middle of the screen. One in particular provides insight into how integrated processes can drive value for manufacturers by enabling them to cope with complexity. The other research results provide significant corroborating evidence that this value opportunity exists. If your organization is hitting a wall when it comes to establishing effective process integration, you may want to learn more about these technology innovations, especially if you feel that existing financial and operational planning and performance management tools are hindering your ability to support more effective processes that drive value. The ability to support more mature forms of integrated planning and performance management processes has advanced significantly in recent years. Such processes offer significant opportunities to drive business value from strategic, financial, and operational perspectives. To appreciate this opportunity, manufacturers need to establish a deeper understanding about answers to the questions shown on the screen. One place to start to answer these questions is with the YouTube videos that were mentioned during the video and which are shown on the screen now. Thank you for watching this video. Please use the contact information provided on the screen for further details about its contents or how we might be of assistance.